Picture yourself traveling back in time, to a world where history was being shaped by events that were both dangerous and mind-blowing. These events have left their mark on the world and on us as individuals, and today we're exploring the top 10 most dangerous and mind-blowing historical events that have ever taken place. We upload at least 3 times a week. Please consider subscribing if you enjoy the content. Are you ready for the journey? Event number 10, the 2004 Indian Ocean Tsunami. On December 26, 2004, the world was shaken by one of the deadliest natural disasters in recorded history. The cause of the event was a massive 9.1 magnitude earthquake off the coast of Sumatra, which triggered a devastating tsunami that swept across the Indian Ocean, leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. Coastal communities were devastated, and over 230,000 people lost their lives in the disaster. In the aftermath of the tragedy, aid organizations and governments from around the world came together to help the affected communities rebuild and recover. Event number 9, the eruption of Mount Vesuvius. In the year 79 AD, the Roman cities of Pompeii and Herculaneum were buried under a blanket of ash and pumice as Mount Vesuvius erupted in one of the most famous volcanic eruptions of all time. The cause of the eruption was the buildup of magma and gases within the volcano, which finally released in a catastrophic explosion. The ash and pumice preserved the cities for centuries, giving us a glimpse into the daily life of ancient Romans. It's estimated that over 16,000 people died in the eruption, making it one of the deadliest natural disasters of the ancient world. Event number 8, the Great Plague of London. In the year 1665, a deadly outbreak of the bubonic plague swept across the city of London, claiming the lives of thousands of people. The cause of the outbreak was believed to be the arrival of infected rats on merchant ships from the Near East. With the city in a state of panic, many fled to the countryside in search of safety, while others remained to care for the sick and dying. In an effort to contain the spread of the disease, the government imposed strict quarantine measures, including sealing off infected houses and removing the bodies of the dead for burial outside the city. It's estimated that the Great Plague of London claimed the lives of over 100,000 people. Event number 7, the Great Fire of London. Just a few years after the Great Plague, the city of London was once again hit by a devastating disaster, this time in the form of a massive fire that broke out in the heart of the city. The cause of the fire is believed to have been a small spark from a baker's oven that quickly spread to nearby buildings, fueled by strong winds and a lack of firefighting resources. Over the course of several days, the fire destroyed much of the city, including St. Paul's Cathedral, 87 churches, and over 13,000 homes. Despite the destruction, the fire also served as a turning point for the city, leading to the creation of a comprehensive firefighting system, and the rebuilding of many of the city's landmarks and infrastructure. Event number 6, the Black Death. One of the most deadly pandemics in human history, the Black Death swept across Europe in the 14th century, killing an estimated 75 million people. The cause of the pandemic was the Yersinia pestis bacterium, which was transmitted from infected rodents to humans through the bites of fleas. The disease spread rapidly from port to port, carried by ships and trade routes, and decimating entire communities in its wake. Despite the destruction, the Black Death also had a profound impact on European society, leading to economic and social changes that would shape the world for centuries to come. Event number 5, the Boston Tea Party. In the year 1773, a group of American colonists made their mark on history by staging a protest against British rule in the form of the Boston Tea Party. The cause of the protest was the British government's imposition of new taxes on tea, which the colonists saw as an infringement on their rights as British citizens. In response, a group of activists boarded 3 British ships in Boston Harbor and dumped 342 chests of tea into the water, sending a clear message of dissent to the British government. The event is widely seen as a catalyst for the American Revolution, setting the stage for the eventual independence of the United States. Event number 4, the French Revolution. One of the most influential events in modern history, the French Revolution was a period of political and social upheaval in France that lasted from 1789 to 1799. The cause of the revolution was a combination of political, economic, and social factors, including widespread poverty, political corruption, and Enlightenment ideals of liberty and equality. Over the course of several years, the French people rose up against their government, leading to the eventual overthrow of the monarchy, and the establishment of a new democratic republic. The French Revolution had a profound impact on the world, inspiring political movements and social change across Europe and beyond. Event number 3, the Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombings. In the closing days of World War II, the United States dropped 2 atomic bombs on the cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in Japan. The cause of the bombings was an effort to end the war quickly and avoid a costly invasion of the Japanese mainland. The bombs, which were dropped on August 6 and 9, respectively, killed an estimated 200,000 people and led to Japan's surrender just days later. The bombing remains one of the most controversial events in modern history, sparking debates about the morality of using nuclear weapons and the role of military force in resolving international conflicts. Event number 2, the Cuban Missile Crisis. The Cuban Missile Crisis was a defining moment of the Cold War, a 13-day political and military standoff between the United States and the Soviet Union in 1962. The cause of the crisis was the discovery of Soviet missiles in Cuba, which the United States viewed as a direct threat to its national security. In response, the United States imposed a naval blockade around Cuba, bringing the 2 superpowers to the brink of nuclear war. Through a combination of diplomacy and compromise, the crisis was eventually resolved, avoiding a catastrophic conflict and setting the stage for future arms control negotiations. Event number 1, the September 11th attacks. The September 11th attacks were a series of coordinated terrorist attacks carried out by the Islamic extremist group Al-Qaeda against the United States on September 11, 2001. The cause of the attacks was the group's opposition to U.S. foreign policy, including military operations in the Middle East and support for Israel. The attacks resulted in the deaths of nearly 3,000 people, as well as widespread destruction of the World Trade Center and other iconic American landmarks. The September 11th attacks were a turning point in modern history, leading to significant changes in U.S. foreign policy and the global war on terrorism. In conclusion, these top 10 events represent some of the most dangerous and mind-blowing moments in human history, each with its own unique story and impact on the world. They serve as reminders of the power of human actions, both good and bad, and the importance of learning from the past to create a better future. Whether you're interested in war, politics, or natural disasters, these events offer a fascinating glimpse into the forces that have shaped the world we live in today. Thanks for tuning in. We post at least 3 videos every week and look forward to your return in the future. Don't forget to like and subscribe before checking out our next video.